It perhaps took Vissel Kobe a little time to be comfortable with the moniker of champions. A so-so start to their J1 League title defence that saw them win only 3 of their first 7 games, resulted in some pundits suggesting that Vissel's 2024 campaign would be an underwhelming one. But fast forward to September, and Takayuki Yoshida's sides are firing on all cylinders, determined, it seems, to hang on to the title they won last year. This evening, they face a Cerezo Osaka side that were top of the table back in April, but from then on in, their season has fallen apart without a league success in 7 and out of the Emperor's Cup. It is a case of damage limitation from here until the end of the campaign, you sense. Welcome along to the NOEVIR Stadium in Kobe, where the home support is now expectant rather than just hopeful. Back-to-back league wins coming into today's fixture, with just 1 defeat in their last dozen games in all competitions. Vissel are very much a side on the up. 12 months ago, they were the team that led the way, eventually claiming title success by some 7 points. This time around, they are the chasers. And with long-time leaders and surprise packages, Machida Zelvia hitting a rough patch, Takayuki Yoshida's men can sense another championship success. The team that sits atop the standings now, of course, is Sanfrecce Hiroshima, ahead only on goal difference from Zelvia. But with the top 2 both playing tomorrow, the current champions can draw level on points at the summit of the J1 League with victory this evening. Friday night football for you. Cerezo Osaka's season promised so much this term after a blistering start to the campaign. Sakura were top of the standings in mid-April and look set for a title tilt of their own. Star striker Leo Sierra was regularly scoring, and their possession-based style saw them create plenty of chances. However, a shocking run of 8 games in all competitions without a win means they have dropped off the pace for even Champions League qualification. And with 10 games to go, are perhaps now thinking about preparing for the 2025 term. Vissel Kobe, who won their last game away at Avispa Fukuoka, a comfortable 2-0 success. They've won their last 3, also getting the better of Sagan Tosu by 2-0 in their last home J1 League fixture. And they did get beyond Kashiwa Reysol in the Emperor's Cup 4th round. They will play Kashima Antlers, incidentally, in the quarterfinals of the major domestic knockout competition later this month. They are unbeaten in 5 in all competitions, with 4 wins and 1 draw in that sequence. Sakura were beaten 4-0 away by Yokohama F. Marinos in their last fixture, and prior to that they shipped 5 to Kyoto Sanga. They lost 5-3 at home. Prior to that, a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Sanfrecce. They've lost their last 3 and are without a success in their last 8.
性的指向、その他のいかなる理由による差別を認めないことを宣言します。私たちはサッカーの力を使ってスポーツから、そしてこの社会から差別を撲滅することができると信じ、この目標に向かって突き進むことを誓います。皆さんも私たちと共に差別と戦ってくださるようお願いいたします。
サッカー、スポーツに暴力も暴言もいりません。誰もがサッカーを、スポーツを安心安全に楽しむ権利を持っています。暴力、暴言をしない、させない、そして許さないことを誓います。私たち一人一人のリスペクトの力、大切に思う心で差別、暴力のない世界を作り、守っていきましょう。
ありがとうございました。
Words from both of the captains today about respecting the opposition and the game ahead of this key fixture in the J1 League. This is a big one, certainly, for Vissel Kobe. For Cerezo Osaka, well, damage limitation, yes, and a restoration of pride, surely the order of the day between now and the end of the campaign. Their form has really fallen off. For Vissel Kobe, they are on the up and they are expected to pick up the full 3 points here, and that would put real pressure on the two teams ahead of them in the standings. Let's check out the teams for you. Not surprisingly, Vissel Kobe unchanged from the 11 that defeated Avispa Fukuoka last time out. So former Cerezo Osaka holding midfielder Takehiro Ogihara starts against the side he played 139 times for. It's also his 5th J1 League appearance for Vissel. It's 4-1-2-3 for the host this evening, with an attacking trident of Taisei Miyashiro on the left, Yoshinori Muto on the right, and top scorer Yuya Osako through the centre. Both Miyashiro and Osaka scored in the reverse fixture back in May. A comfortable 4-1 success for the champions. Our referee is Takafumi Mikoriya. It's his second assignment at Vissel Kobe this season. Champions defeated Kashima Antlers 3-1 the last time that he stood in a game here on VAR duty this evening. Is Koichiro Fukushima. Well, despite Cerezo Osaka's poor form, Akio Kogiko only makes 2 alterations to the side that lost 4-0 away at Yokohama F. Marinos in their previous game. Kohei Nobarazato is recalled and starts at right back. Hiroaki Okuno returns in central midfield. It's a more orthodox 4-2-3-1 for Sakura, with Vito Bueno preferred as the creator in the number 10 role, just in behind Leo Sierra. He's got 17 goals so far this term in the J1 League, level with Anderson Lopez in the race for the Golden Boot, but the Brazilian has netted only once in his last 7 games in all competitions. So here we go. Takayuki Yoshida has got his team firing on all cylinders. They are in a rich vein of form. Champions have come with a late rattle. Akio Kogiko will be hoping that his side can rediscover the form that saw them start the season so well. This might not be the straightforward encounter that many Vissel fans are perhaps expecting. If that happens, there's no doubt that Vissel Kobe have put themselves bang in the title mix once again after this terrific run of just 1 defeat in their last 12 fixtures in all competitions. Through to the last 8 of the Emperor's Cup. 3rd in the league, they can draw level on points with the top 2 with a win this evening. Underway then at the NOEVIR Stadium in Kobe. It is Vissel Kobe versus Cerezo Osaka. Given what we've seen over the course of the last few weeks, we would expect Vissel Kobe here to be the more ambitious side, and certainly be the side that plays on the front foot, and that's something that we didn't see earlier on this season. And if we're honest, last campaign they were a counter-punching team, really good in the transition, really good on the counter. Cerezo Osaka were a team earlier this season that dominated the ball. They created an awful lot of chances. Leo Sierra was putting them away week after week after week, but his form has dropped a little bit, and it means that Cerezo Osaka's form has dropped with it. Vissel Kobe certainly looking up rather than down. Not that Cerezo Osaka have got anything to worry about. When it comes to relegation, they should probably finish in the top half of the table, but we shall see. Early opportunity potentially again here for Vissel Kobe as the ball drops initially for Ideguchi, and he might spin back towards Muto, who takes the snapshot on. Took a deflection, I think, just for a second. Kim Jun-hyun seemingly wrong-footed. Clearance that eventually fell to Muto. Certainly on target prior to the deflection here. Probably would have been an easy save for Kim. As it was, it spun nervously away as far as the Cerezo Osaka keeper was concerned, and behind for a corner. Second straight flag kick for Vissel Kobe. 8 goals from corners so far this season. Flat trajectory this time, and the diving header is saved and then pushed in from close range. Vissel Kobe have the early advantage. Mateus Tuller is claiming this. I'm not quite so sure if he got the final touch. It was his initial header. It ricocheted around, came back towards him, and from close range seemed to go over first time of asking. Muto was there as well, as was a Cerezo Osaka player. Well, plenty to pick out here. Let's take another look. There's the initial header. There's the second one from Tula. Did it cross the line? I think it did. Flailing boot of a Cerezo Osaka defender. He doesn't get anything on it. And although there are Vissel Kobe players following up from inside the 6-yard box, certainly Muto doesn't get a touch. And Yamakawa likewise. The bottom line is that Vissel Kobe lead by a goal to nil. Well, his second goal of the campaign, having netted against Antlers back in June. 3-1 home success. And having netted twice last season from limited starts, he's been a mainstay this season. Only missed a couple of games, and he is the player that will claim the goal. It was a bit awkward, but he was in the right place at the right time. The Brazilian former under-20 international has given Vissel Kobe the perfect start. Opportunity for Cerezo Osaka to respond. Vito Bueno's effort from 35 yards plus, that was powerfully hit. He's gone out for a corner, struck with real venom. Really establishing himself in the first team recently. Getting a run in the side. He did score against Kyoto Saga in that wild 5-3 home defeat. That was a really good hit. Osaka, the player that diverted the ball away for a corner, but he must have felt that a little bit. Fernandez to take the corner then for Cerezo Osaka. Sakura with 5 inside the penalty area. Make that 6, and then there's another Tameda just inside the box near the byline, you can see there. But Lucas Fernandez has got his eyes on the curling ball inside the 6-yard box, I presume here. Let's see. He's to the edge of the area. Vito Bueno will take it on again, and the shot again is blocked. Nice variation already. Bueno will control. Needs to get another touch on that, and does so. Nobarazato, well, hurried a little bit and can only find touch. Good pressure from Yuya Osako. Playing his 100th game, incidentally, in the J1 League for Vissel Kobe. Vastly experienced striker. Turned out for Werder in the Bundesliga and Köln as well in Germany. Some 9 seasons in Germany after moving to Europe following League and Cup success in Japan with Antlers. I think we have to put him in the former Japanese international category now, the last of his 57 caps coming in February of 22. But still effective. Not quite as effective as this man this season, Leo Sierra, 17 goals, but only 1 in the last 7. Standout campaign for the Brazilian, who did score in the 4-1 defeat to Vissel Kobe earlier this season. Gave them a little bit of hope when they met just down the road, only 40 kilometres or so between the two grounds. Scored just before the hour. Vissel Kobe were 3-0 up 4 minutes into the second half, and then a 4th late on by Miyashiro rubber stamped the win. Here, it's an early goal that separates the two. There's Tula. Bit awkward back towards Maikawa. Three points behind Sanflicce and Machida Zelvia. It will take a massive win for them to jump to the top of the table on goal difference, but they have got one in the opening few minutes, so you never know. Unbeaten in 5, 4 wins in that sequence. And their last defeat against Kawasaki Frontale back in early August. Just 1 defeat in their last dozen, 7 wins, 4 draws, really good numbers. And wins and good performances when it starts to matter. They have now scored in their last 6 and 11 of their last 12, and they've scored 2 or more in 4 of their last 5. They have suddenly rediscovered their touch in front of goal. Lucas Fernandes, Leo Sierra will chest it down. The two Brazilians looking to combine. Vissel Kobe will clear, not quite cohesively enough. Funaki. Sierra. Tanaka. Nishio. Ball played back by Toriumi for Kim. But it's a forced error. It was a good press. Wanted to make the keeper punt the ball long. That's exactly what happened. Go straight out of play. Ryo Hatsusa hasn't got the best of records against Cerezo Osaka in his career. 14th time he was playing against him, only been on the winning side twice. Well, his team have got their noses in front here to try and improve that pretty shabby record. Hatsusa did play for Cerezo Osaka's city rivals Gamba, of course. Signed a few years ago now, though. Inching towards appearance 150 in the J1 League for Vissel Kobe. That'll bounce all the way through to Kim. Alarming the amount of goals that Cerezo Osaka have been conceding recently, but in some ways it was probably in the post. Their expected goals against figures are pretty similar to what you would expect now. XGA of 39.53, they've conceded 37, but when you consider they've conceded 9 in their last 2, that was a figure that always was going to regress a little bit against them, and that's what's happened. But as we mentioned with Leo Sierra, they've stopped scoring goals regularly. XG of nearly 40, 35 on the board this season. Failed to score in 3 of their last 4. Osaka jumped. Miyashiro. Susa does well. Miyashiro curls in. Osako. And still can't quite pull the trigger. And the shot from distance finds the corner. Wonderful hit. Well, the build-up play on the left-hand side was fairly pedestrian. And when Yu Osaka lost possession, that looked to be the end of that, but Vissel Kobe managed to recycle. And Hirosa from the right-hand side came in and put the laces through it. Kim beaten, not quite sure how much of this that he saw, but maybe he should have done better. Some distance out. Maybe this angle will tell us if Kim was unsighted just a little. You can see Hirosa was calling for it. Could have crossed the ball. I think the keeper's got to do a little bit better here, but Nikute Hirosa gets his second of the campaign, and having scored a really important one against Sanfrecce in the 3-1 away win back in July, this is another key strike, and they're making life for themselves very easy at the moment. Vissel Kobe was suggested that potentially if Cerezo Osaka can rediscover early season form, it might not be straightforward. It is straightforward. 2 to the good, dozen minutes in. Might be more here as well. Back heel not quite good enough for Muto. That was a little over elaborate and didn't need to be because there was so many options. Cerezo Osaka stunned. Vissel Kobe with 2 very different goals. Mateus Tula from close in as it ricocheted towards him. And Nikute Hirosa, really good strike that maybe Kim should have done better with from outside the area. Thumped away by Ideguchi. Taken down first time. Muto's on the move. He's got Miyashiro to his left. Muto wants it back. Miyashiro rides the first challenge. Not quite. No free kick. Lucas Fernandez comes away with possession. And Leo Sierra not quite through the centre. Mateus Tula will bring that one down, and Vissel Kobe will start again. Hatsusa. Miyashiro. Mateus Tula. Hatsusa. Ida. Neat touch from Miyashiro, who's been busy so far. Muto is in here, is he? Not quite. Clever ball for Yoshinori Muto to chase. Just needed a little bend towards the attacker. Tamada wins the throw, takes it quickly, but there's no one really in advanced areas aside from Leo Sierra here for Cerezo Osaka. Tanaka. It's a free kick. Himakawa fouled. Well, the reverse fixture saw Vissel Kobe win by 4-1. The corresponding fixture last season was a much tighter affair. Played in late September. Vissel Kobe securing a 1-0 success courtesy of Deiju Sasaki's goal just before the hour. It was when they were topping the standings. Cerezo Osaka did win the previous 3 meetings. A couple of home wins, 2-1 and 3-0, and a 1-0 success here. Last victory in Kobe back in April of 22. But this would be something spectacular if they could get something from this fixture, from this situation. Atsusa. Sako inside the penalty area. Muto on the right-hand side. Atsusa. Haven't really seen the best of Cerezo Osaka when they've gone behind in games. It's the 15th time this season that they've conceded the first goal of the game in a J1 League fixture. Previous 14, they're yet to win any. 6 draws, 8 defeats. Their last come from behind success over 2 years ago against city rivals Gamba, 2-1 away win. Miyashiro, 4 inside the penalty area. Hatsusa to curl in. Nodded away. Only as far as the goal scorer, Hirosa. Still plenty inside the box. One of them is Ideguchi. Back towards Maikawa. Vissel Kobe, as you would imagine, are pretty good when taking the lead. 15th time that they've notched the first goal of the game. The previous 14, they've won 12, drawn 2. Similar figures to last season. 19 wins from the 22 occasions they opened the scoring. 2 draws, just a 1 defeat. Good-looking ball to Osaka. Just couldn't take it in his stride. It's going to spin towards Miyashiro, though. Miyashiro for Vissel Kobe. That's clever for Hatsusa. Good defending, in fairness. Rampant on the left-hand side at the moment. Combination play with Miyashiro in particular. Aside from Kawasaki Frontale after scoring 8 goals last season, maybe it's taken a little bit of time for him to just understand the movement of his fellow strikers and teammates. Hatsusa to take the throw. Got a player down. Looks to be Shunta Tanaka. Claiming he got one round the neck. And our referee Takafumi Korea is across to speak with whom? Matthias Tuller, the perpetrator here. How violent or otherwise was this? Well, forceful. Tanaka back up on his feet. Takafumi Mikoria just reminding the players of their responsibility. Hatsusa with a long throw, let it up into the air rather than away. Flick back towards the edge of the 6-yard box, doesn't quite come out to Hirosa again, who was lining up another shot, but back to the day job of defending and slides in brilliantly, superbly timed. Recruit from Antlers at the start of the season. Former Marinos player, started out at Mito Horihok before moving on to Tokushima Vortis. A lot of his early career in the lower leagues. Very much at home now in the top flight. Yamakao with a header. Plenty of time for Miyashiro to take it down. This is Hatsusa. Ogihara. Spent a number of years at Cerezo Osaka, 139 appearances for them, 10 goals for the side that he faces today. He's got a great record when facing them, 7 defeats in 10 appearances. Muto. Yamakao forward initially. Ida. Touch from Idaguchi. Tweaked their style a little bit this season, a bit more possession-based. Their metrics this campaign pushing towards 50%, which of last season they were a side that just played on the counter. Ida. Miyashiro. Ida looks to go again, push forward by Osaka for Miyashiro. Stays on his feet after the first challenge, but not the second, and then the referee gives the call against Vissel Kobe. Nishio gets a little lucky, maybe. Well, he will be really pleased with the start that his side have made, not so much that man. Shida won the title obviously last season with Vissel Kobe. Former player with Vissel for a long time. Not been his day so far. It's been his season to a greater extent. He's had a fantastic campaign, 17 goals. Along with Anderson Lopez, he's got the most in the J1 League, so he's on target for the Golden Boot, but he needs to start to score again. Here's the first goal. Quite sure what Matthias Tuller was trying to do here. I think it hit him rather than it was a header towards goal, almost going away from goal, the way that he was shaping up. Second is much better, but can Kim do a little better in the Cerezo Osaka goal? Maybe a little unsighted. Rikuto Hirosa Strikes through the ball. .64% possession in the opening quarter of this fixture. 5 shots to Cerezo Osaka's 2. And all of the positive metrics very much in Vissel Kobe's favour as they look to go back-to-back, having won the title last season. Of course, they regained top spot mid-September and then won 6 of their last 7 to claim victory, 7 points clear of Marinos. Still in the Emperor's Cup as well, of course, Vissel Kobe. They will take on Kashima Antlers in a couple of weeks' time, midweek fixture, as they look to claim the Emperor's Cup for the first time since 2019. Mateus Tula. Ida. Osaka, Muto to the right. Here is Yoshinori Muto. Does he need a bit of help here? Osaka has it again. Okihara. Osaka, decent looking balling, glancing header from Yashiro is wide. Just about got in front of his marker, but unable to get enough on it to send it spinning into the bottom corner. Approach play was good once again. Sako delivered, but Miyashiro couldn't find the net. If that's the other way round, that's a better chance. 11 headed goals netted for Vissel Kobe so far this season. Sako and Sasaki both had 3 in that department. Lucas Fernandez, he's not been on the ball enough for Cerezo Osaka supporters, that's for sure. Leo Sierra turns into midfield, looking to get a little more involved. Bueno, now it's Leo Sierra again. Well, it was a chance from outside the area that will not go down as a big one, but I think he just wanted to alleviate some sort of pressure and try and get more bodies in advanced areas here for Cerezo Osaka. Clip towards the left-hand side, but it's going to spin away from Tameda. Mateus Tula. Maikawa decides to punt it long. It's a good touch as well here. Muto has it, Miyashiro left-hand side. Osaka wants it as well. This is Miyashiro, takes a touch. It continues. Quite sure why Hatsusa just stopped for a second. Again, it's the diagonal, but this one curls towards the keeper rather than away from Kim. Breakaway is on. Make the most of it. Could have been a third. Tameda. Clever layoff. Leo Serra calling for it. He's waiting for the ball to come towards him. He's got to be more positive. We'll wind it back 3 or 4 months, and he makes that ball his. Was dropped, teammates maybe not doing it as much as they were. Curl towards Muto again, keeper stayed on his line, it's Muto! Let's have another look at the run here. Close one, maybe the shoulder is off. It was caught in two minds in terms of just trying to place it over the keeper and put the laces through it. Vito Bueno, Leo Sierra, suspicion of handball, play continues. Show on the left-hand side. Kuno. Nobrazato. Better from Cerezo Osaka. Okuno. Vito Bueno. Doesn't ride the challenge, only half away. Miyashiro. Nishio to control. Then loses out immediately. Just quicker to get the challenge in, more comfortable on the ball, better to break out from defensive areas. Vissel Kobe have had a fine opening 29 minutes here at the NOEVIR Stadium. And again, the ball over the top here, taken down first time, but Muto sees the ball nicked away from him by Nobrazato. Nearly in for a second occasion. Flag stayed down this time. Lucas Fernandez. Nishio on the underlap initially. Vito Bueno tries to push the ball inside the penalty area. It's a good idea, but stopped. Ira. Slipped from Osaka, but Vissel Kobe still have it. Miyashiro, suspicion of offside. Flag has stayed down, still going forward. Eventually the flag does go up. First touch took him back towards the defender. I think he was off anyway. Haven't managed to secure a success since beating Nagoya Grampus back in late June. 3 draws and 4 defeats since then for Cerezo Osaka. Revival in June, went 7 without defeat, 4 wins, making progress in the Emperor's Cup as well before going down to Ventforet Kofu in the 3rd round, disappointingly beaten by the 2nd-tier team. This after a brilliant start. They were unbeaten in the first 9. 6 wins, 3 draws, all competitions. They were top of the table. Leo Sierra was scoring pretty much every single game. But sometimes it was just the one. They were efficient rather than spectacular. Posted 3 1-0 wins on the spin back in mid-April. Always sensed that they were going to run out of steam and be able to beat everyone by that scoreline. But they have started to ship an awful lot of goals. 13 in the last 3. Make that 15 in the last 3 1/3. Toriumi. Funaki for Toriumi. Funaki again. So Kobe haven't really got to do much with it, have they? At the minute, quite happy to sit back and play on the counter. It's their natural game, of course. Mugihara. Hatsusa. Getting as forward as he was in the opening 20 minutes or so. You just sense here that Takayuki Yoshida has suggested to his team here they can be a little more compact, not a low block as such, but they can be more defensively minded and play a little bit more on the counter. If Cerezo Osaka have any ambition of getting anything from the game, they're going to have to try and force it a little bit, and throw some players forward. Don't think that Akio Kogiko's side are going to do that just yet. They'll wait until the final half an hour. Free kick. Just that lack of understanding, really. It's a real shame because Leo Sierra in full flight is a terrific player, but not really seen the combination play between himself and Vitor Bueno just yet. It was a muddling start to the season for Vissel Kobe, as we mentioned. They did slip to 8th position very early on, but they were very briefly top in May, then had a bit of a dip mid-summer. Slipped to 5th, but this good mini run has seen them back in the mix. And the fact that Nigeria Zelvia have just begun to struggle recently. Draws and wins have turned into defeats and draws. Just one win in their last 4 in all competitions, and they were thumped by Aberex Niigata in the two-legged quarter-final of the League Cup. Still remain in the title mix, though, of course. Ogihara. Muto. Ogihara again. Is there a way through? Yamakawa to curl. Clever play. Good ball in. Osaka! Well, maybe it came to him at an awkward height, if we're being kind, because it was a terrific run from Hirosa on the right-hand side. And Osaka really from the centre of the goal, from what, 3-4 yards out. He's underneath it a little bit. Could he have readjusted a little better here? Let's take another look. Hirosa with a good first touch, better second, and a third is okay. Does the ball just curl a little bit? Is he caught a little flat-footed maybe here? This is brilliant football from Hirosa. Just seems to curl and whip towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It was a difficult one for Yuya Osaka. He applauds the run on the right-hand side. And here come Vissel Kobe again. Muto. Hirosa looks to get it back here from Osaka. Turn it on. They are taking Cerezo Osaka apart. Mateus Tula with the header. He did not sit back, but gives it away. This is Lucas Fernandez. Tameda doesn't get the right touch on that. That's a little disappointing from Hirataka Tamada. He's been in and out the side this season, and more touches like that will be more out than in. Frustration for Akio Kogiko. Was assistant here for a few years and then took over as first team coach in 2021. Sierra is on the charge. Maekawa just takes a couple of steps back to collect. 2 to the good Vissel Kobe, early goals to La Hirosa, giving Vissel Kobe a platform here to play the game at their pace. They can take their time, no real hurry up needed. Muto, Osaka, Muto again, has to stretch to get there, won't get there. Leo Sierra Beaten in the air by Yamakawa. Sanfrecce Hiroshima top on goal difference at the moment from Machida Zelvia. The surprise package. 4 goals of difference between the two, 55 points on the board. Then Vissel Kobe, 52 points. They can draw level on points with a win here, but they would need to win by 8 goals to go to the top of the table. Then after that, Kashima Antlers, 48 points, with Gamba Osaka, 48 points. But both of those two teams have a game in hand on the top 3. So we are set for a brilliant end to the J1 League season. 9 games remaining, including this one for Vissel Kobe. 10 including this one for Cerezo Osaka. Miyashiro. Ira. Hatsusa. Haruya Ida again. Miyashiro. Yamakawa. Patient build-up play. Hirosa to curl in, taken away from the keeper, and then fed back towards goal by Haruya Ida. Don't think it was goal-bound, but probably the right thing to do, given where the keeper was. This is Mateus Tula. Leo Sierra charges it down. Might have used an arm. It's not going to matter. It bounces out of play. So Kobe unbeaten in 8 at home, 5 wins and 3 draws. Their last defeat against Tokyo Verdy back in late May. They went down 1-0 then. They're good in front of their own supporters, as we know, as we saw last season. Did only win one of their first 5 here, but they have found their form in Kobe. Scored in the last 6 now, and 2 or more in their previous 5 to today. Their last game where they failed to score was against Machida Zelvia back in late June, a 0-0 draw. Generally, they've been slow starters. I mean, that's been blown out of the water here. Only 1 goal prior to today in the opening 15 minutes, but they were brilliant from the get-go. Tonight, got their reward for a fast start with a couple of goals. Yellow cards blot on the copybook. Takehiro Ogihara, former Cerezo Osaka player, gets a caution. Not the worst challenge, but he doesn't get the ball. Definitely gets the man, and a deserved yellow, I think. Three and a half minutes plus added on time. We had a stoppage for a water break as well midway through this first half, so we might get 2 or 3 minutes of added on time here. Well, a goal now would give them hope. Plenty to aim at in Sakura Silks. Maikawa waits. Lucas Fernandez, 7 assists so far this season, a team high. What can he conjure from this free kick? Curled inside the area. Maikawa watches it all the way. That's a brave punch. Vito Bueno. He's had a couple of shots from distance. This time clips it back inside the area. Nearly falls towards Nishio. Did come off a Kobe player, and therefore Cerezo Osaka will restart. Lucas Fernandez with the outswinger, nodded down but not nodded in. Leo Sierra got the first touch, and then it was a fairly deep bounce up and away. Really kicked up off the turf. Hiroaki Okuno was closest to it, but in truth a good metre away. "36 shots on target, top in the league, 17 goals. He's been efficient when he's got the chance. The problem is, recently, he's not been getting the chances. His teammates haven't created that much for him." Miyashiro. Touch from Ogihara. This is Yamakawa. Hirosa. Iriguchi. Hatsusa. Ira. Ogihara looking for the first time ball for Miyashiro. It's a nice idea. The execution was just off a little bit. Mateus Tula forces it back for Maekawa. Leo Sierra just looks at his teammates and says, "You've got to be up with me. You've got to be up with play to put the press on." There's no pressure on the Vissel Kobe defenders, and they can clear easily. And here comes another counter. Yoshinori Muto, first time ball in. Cleared away by Funaki just about. Mateus Tula. There's no one really wide right or left at the minute. Here is Muto. Osako. Back for Hirosa. Now Yamakawa. 45 is just about up. This is usually the time that Vissel Kobe score. 3 minutes of added on time at the end of the first half. They've scored in injury time in the first period in 3 of the last 5 games. 2 goals in the first half. They've scored in 6 of the last 7 games in the first half. Fast starters in this period between the half hour and the end of the opening half. Usually when they score the most, 12 goals netted, more than any other team in the league. Ogihara just toe pokes it, it's enough. Miyashiro. Ogihara. Forward by Yamakawa. Go back for Miyashiro. This is Ida. Muto was in a really good position inside the 6-yard box, but it's blocked and it's out for a corner. Hatsusa with a corner then for Vissel Kobe towards that near post, cleared to the edge of the area. Not a bad hit from Iriguchi, but always rising a little bit, difficult to keep it down. Scored in a 1-1 draw against Cerezo Osaka for Cerezo City rivals Gamba back in November 20. Celtic. A couple of spells at Gamba title winner, Empress Cup winner as well. Briefly in Leeds in England. Hasn't scored for over 3 years anywhere. Not wise in the team, very much a tempo player, of course, Yosuke Ideguchi. 3 minutes of added on timer up. First half is up, and it's gone completely to plan for Vissel Kobe. Matthias Tula from close range. Don't think he knew too much about it, but he was in the right place at the right time to nod home and beat Kim. Leo Sierra has only had a bit part role, really. The second goal scored by this man, Rikuto Hirosa. Good strike from outside the penalty area. Maybe Kim should have done better with the shot. Vissel Kobe have had more opportunities, haven't taken them. They've been the better side. They have a 2-goal lead, and they look set to join Sanfrecce Hiroshima and Machida Zelvia at the top of the standings in terms of points. If they can keep this up, this will be a huge surprise if Cerezo Osaka could turn this around. At the break in Kobe, it's Vissel Kobe 2, Cerezo Osaka 0. Welcome back to the NOEVIR Stadium in Kobe. And a triple switch here for Cerezo Osaka. And 3 players, as you can see, coming on here are Soto Kitano, Capixaba, the Brazilian, and Hayato Okuda. So Akio Kogiko not happy with what he saw in the opening 45 minutes. And those are the 3 players that he's turned to try and turn this around. They've scored more than one, only once the last 8 games, Cerezo Osaka, only twice the last 11. They're going to have to do that if they're going to get anything from this fixture, given the fact that they are 2 down. Goals inside the opening dozen minutes from Tula and Harosa. The difference between the 2 sides here, but we'll see if those changes make any sort of difference. Capixaba has had 1 or 2 injury issues, but back here for the second half. We'll see what sort of midfield thrust he can give. Kitano, a midfielder, and Okuda, a defender. Players that have gone off. Vito Bueno, who I thought started the game pretty strongly but then faded. Clear up the other 2 shortly. Underway then for the second half. Vissel Kobe leads Cerezo Osaka by 2-0. Takayuki Shida side were very, very quick out the blocks. 2 goals in the opening dozen minutes. They do top the standings in terms of the first half, incidentally. No surprise given the way that they went about their business here. They do dip a little bit in second periods statistically. We'll see if that's going to be the same today. One of the other players that was replaced at half-time that's not out for the second period, Hirotaka Tameda, who I thought had a pretty poor game in the first half. 1 or 2 poor touches that didn't do his case for staying on any good. So bold move from Akio Kogiko. See if it pays off. It is Okuda. Let's see what Cerezo Osaka can do here. It's a clever touch initially for Leo Sierra, and then the shot just wide of the target, taken on by Akuno. Other alteration, incidentally, is Kakiro Funaki, who has been replaced by Hayata Okuda. So that the trio of switches from this man, and applause for the shot early on from Hiroki Akuno. Big ask against the team in brilliant form, of course, to turn around a 2-goal deficit, but we'll see how they go about their business in the second 45. Muto to twist and turn and still go forward. It's a positive run, gets a little lucky, retains possession. Osako trying to dig out the cross, should be cleared away. Not quite though. Good play from Ogihara, has a really good game in central midfield. Fernandez, Leo Sierra. Capixaba, left-hand side. Kitano's going to play right by the looks of things. Here is Akuda, who's also just come on. It's towards Leo Sierra. who will look to try and take a touch, maybe better placed just whacking that first time around. Didn't really have the time to take it down. It's been kept in play, though, by Gitano, who does well and forces a corner. Well, the subs have already contributed, and they're making their presence felt since the restart. Does well to keep it in play here, Soda Kitano. Lucas Fernandez. Low towards that near post, flicked on by Nishio, and then out for another corner. Lucas Fernandez with a corner again. It's a little bit more height on this one. Still dealt with at the near post. The Brazilian will take it down and try again. Third time lucky, maybe. Okuda. Kitano. Okuda. It's on his wrong foot. Still manages to win a corner. Fernandez once more to curl in, and nodded in! Leo Sierra's got one back here. Well, Maekawa's on the deck inside the 6-yard box. There is a suspicion that this one might be chalked off for a foul, but the Brazilian rose highest of all, and from close range will collect his 18th goal in the top flight this season. But is there an infringement here? What do we think? There's a little bit of an arm across. Koichiro Fukushima is on VAR duty. There's not too many complaints from the Vissel Kobe players around the keeper here. Let's have another look at this. Well, in my mind, there's not a lot wrong with that, if anything. And Leo Sierra, who's not had the best 45 minutes into the second half, suddenly has come alive. That's what he's done all season long. He's a real poacher. Good all-round striker, brilliant in the air. It's the 5th time that he scored with his head this season, Leo Sierra. Very, very dangerous in set-piece situations, and suddenly Cerezo Osaka are back in this. They've been positive since the restart. The substitutions have worked well. They've all contributed to giving Vissel Kobe problems. And their main goal getter is back amongst the goals again. 18 for the season. Leo Sierra 18, Anderson Lopez, as we mentioned, 17. Rio Germain 15. He did miss a section of the season earlier this campaign with that facial injury. Gitano has been very busy since coming on. Although Sierra was barracking his teammates for not being up with play in the first half, he should have been more alive to that. Didn't believe that Gitano could contribute. Ogihara. Miyashiro. Osako. Muto. Hirosa. Sloppy. Muto battles Ida. Okihara. Ida. Neat touch from Ideguchi. Just need to settle a little bit, Vissel Kobe. 8 minutes into this second half, and they've been second best since the restart. First time that they can get some players in advanced areas here. Hirosa to take the throw. Kitano lets it bounce. Okuno initially does well, helped out a little, then brought down. Nishio. Okuda. Fernandez. Feels like a very different game, doesn't it, all of a sudden? This is Nishio again. Leo Sierra in between two defenders. Yoshinori Muto stabs it back in field and keeps possession, but not for long. Kapishaba helps win it back, but he's unlucky. Signed from Juventus back in early 2023. Ida. Yamakawa with a poor ball. Just one or two passes that have gone astray from the Vissel Kobe players, and that from the captain doesn't really set the tone. Okuno. Bishaba has drifted in field here. Space on the left-hand side for Nobarazato. I haven't really seen him get forward at all in this game, but he's been caught out as Muto comes forward. Maybe that's why. Yoshinori Muto has it. Looks to spin it towards the edge of the area. Osaka was calling for it. Miyashiro likewise. It hits neither of them. And Cerezo Osaka playing with a purpose and confidence in and around their own penalty area that was completely absent in the first half. Leo Sierra looking to take the shot on from distance. Well, that was ambitious from 40 yards plus. Maikawa to Chula, back to the keeper again. Space for Yamakawa right-hand side, long for Hirosa to control before Kapishaba is there, but a hurried pass once again. And there's an energy, an industry about Cerezo Osaka since the restart, and they're giving Vissel Kobe some real problems here. Sanfrecce Hiroshima supporters and Machida Zelvia fans will be pleased about that, but they've given it away. Ideguchi to push it forward. Osako runs into trouble. Terrific challenge from Toriumi. And then clever play from Okuno. And now Kitano. Lucas Fernandez. Leo Sierra. Well, it's the support away to our left that you can hear at the moment. Those Sakura fans that have travelled getting behind their team. Osako has gone down here at the other end. Referee in a good position to see that, but allow play to continue. The ankle's taking a bit of a whack. Yeah, not quite as easy now for Takayuki Yoshida. Cerezo Osaka with a throw. 5 inside the penalty area. Long to the edge of the 6-yard box, dealt with comfortably by Mateusz Tula. And again the counter, as Muto looks to try and make it his. Terrifically timed challenge though to win it back. Muto goes down, certainly ball first. The follow-through might have caught the former Newcastle man. Toriyumi got the ball, certainly. I think the Vissel Kobe players are claiming that there's a little bit of afters there, and the follow-through caught the man rather high. Let's take another look at it. First was clean, there we go. Oh, yeah. One of them, isn't it, really? When the knee and the right leg sort of almost clamps the opposing player's ankle. Can be a little nasty, that one. He's had such a good season, as he did last term. 32 now, Yoshinori Muto. 4th season back in Japanese football after a couple at Newcastle. Had one in Spain with Eibar. Really good spell at Mainz, of course, and a former Japanese international. Toriyumi, the perpetrator. Scored an 89th minute leveller. And these two sides drew 1-1 back in July 21. Haven't had a draw between the two in the last 5. 3 years ago, both games finished 1 apiece. Toriyumi with an 89th minute leveller, securing a point for Sakura then. I've seen a number of late goals in this fixture. The reverse fixture that season saw a 90th minute equaliser for Vissel Kobe. Thomas Vermaelen, remember him? 90th minute. Muto, Osaka, it's Muto again! Not quite in his path, maybe, just a bit too high. It was awkward, didn't know whether to throw his body towards it or try and reset. Capisciava. Leo Sierra inside the penalty area. Capisciava goes down. Vissel Kobe win it back. That's Cerezo who's down at the minute. More stop than start. That might suit Vissel Kobe. Trying to take the sting out of this potential fight back for Cerezo Osaka. Vissel Kobe lead by 2-1. We're past the hour, and the champions are wobbling just a little bit here. So Cerezo Osaka have dug deep, and they've found some fight, some resilience, some form. Lucas Fernandez. Capisciava. Leo Sierra backpedaling at the moment. Capisciava, no one wide left. This is Lucas Fernandez, no one wide right. Just a little narrow. Just halted any momentum there, really. This is Kitano. Touch from Tanaka. Kitano again. Awkward touch from Capisciava. Backs him well. I think he's unlucky to concede the free kick there, but the referee deciding that Vissel Kobe will get the call. He feels it's on the comeback, Akio Kogiko. Vissel Kobe, who will face Aberex Niigata in their next game. This is Nishio for Cerezo Osaka. Vissel Kobe do well. Miyashiro, Muto. After that clash away from home, they travel to Kashima Antlers in the quarter-final of the Emperor's Cup. Then Urawa Reds at home, late September. That's going to be a tough fixture for them. Generally, you think that their running is maybe a little easier to their title rivals. Sanfrecce Hiroshima have got to play Machida Zelvia at home late September. Clash of the top two. And Sanfrecce Hiroshima also got to play Gamba Osaka away from home. And indeed, Kashima Antlers, the sides in 5th and 4th. So Kobe, by far and away, you would suggest the easier of the three teams at the top of the table. Easier run-ins. Ogihara. Miyashiro. Susa, seen little of him get forward since the restart, but this is better. More possession for Vissel Kobe in the opposition half. Okuno. Fernandez, Kitano, Lucas Fernandez again. Okuno, Tanaka. Toriumi to join in. A little bit of space wide left for Nobarazato. Sierra with a layoff here, and the shot's deflected. It spins up and goes away. Lucas Fernandez got hold of that one. Good block, corner. Smart layoff this from Leo Sierra. Saw his teammate, took all the pace off it. Powerful strike, good block. Sasaki and Kawasaki are coming on here. Ira and Hirosa, the players to come off. Sasaki a striker, Kawasaki a midfielder, so it might just be a little bit of a change around here in terms of the shape of Vissel Kobe's team. Kawasaki, who was signed from Vivara Nagasaki at the start of the season, has been used sparingly. And Sasaki in and out the starting lineup, but 4 goals this season. Defensive work to do for Vissel Kobe here. Lucas Fernandez towards the far post. Pushed away rather than punched from Dai Maekawa. Be adding to his 10 clean sheets this season. Long throw towards Leo Sierra. Nodded away by Sasaki, his first involvement since coming on. Lucas Fernandez will get there first. Good header. Looks second favourite to get to that. Good determination, but Vissel Kobe will clear. Muto threads it through. Osaka goes down. Free kick. Cerezo Osaka, incidentally, don't face the top 2 in there running to the end of the season. They'll be aiming for a highest possible finish, of course. This would be pretty significant if they could turn it around. They've only got the 1. They still trail, remember. Without a win in 7 away from home, but they did draw 5 on the spin before losing the last 2. last win was in the League Cup against Ryukyu in late May. Last J1 League away win against Avispa Fukuoka, a 3-0 away success in mid-May. Starting the season on their travels pretty well. They're unbeaten in their opening 5. They've managed a clean sheet away now in 8. Minutes remaining, and a break here, so the players can get some fluids on board, and obviously an opportunity for the coaches to have their say as well. Cerezo Osaka back in this, courtesy of this goal from Yoshiera. Brave header inside the penalty area, challenging the keeper. Correctly awarded 6 minutes into the second half, and they've had the ball in good areas since then, but not managed to grab a level up. May well end the season Golden Boot, but he wants his team to do a bit better. Minutes to see this one out. From a Vissel Kobe point of view, since if they do get another, that would probably be it. But as it's just the one that separates the two, so that Osaka will always feel they might be able to nick a point here. Miyashiro, flip forward towards Osaka. Nodded back by Nobarazato. Spot ahead tennis between the two teams. Mutu will take it down, looks to take on Nobarazato here. Sasaki inside the penalty area, just a throw-in. Mateus Tula has made a bit of a haulix of this, and I think he's caught Leosia a free kick. Well, he didn't get to the first ball, didn't get to the pitch for the second, and then the attempted header for the third was all a bit awkward and off. Net result, free kick for Cerezo Osaka. And Lucas Fernandez standing over this. Sierra standing in an offside position. He will jump the right side of the Vissel Kobe back line as Maikawa waits. Up goes the signal from Lucas Fernandez. Curled towards the penalty spot. Dangerous ball in. Nishio. Lucas Fernandez in support. Here is the Brazilian, still full, waiting for the delivery. Angle is against him a little bit now. Nobarazato. Kabishaba to drive to the byline and get the cross in. Nishio is lurking, cleared away towards Miyashiro. Good pressure. Lucas Fernandez had a very good second half. He's been involved in an awful lot. Nobarazato, Lucas Fernandez. Thought about the shot, still might, still going forwards. Gitano with the effort, ricochets up, comfortable for Maikawa. Busy when he came on earlier in this second half, but his energy and effort has just dipped a little bit. Nisho. Kim. This is Muto, and still fine save, Kim. Yoshinori Muto. Big chance to seal the win, really. Towards Leo Sierra. Well, that was a chance. It's probably been the clearest opportunity for Vissel Kobe in this second half. At the keeper to a certain extent, but I think Kim's still got to readjust his body a little bit. Yamakawa for Iraguchi. Yamakawa again. Ogihara. Sasaki makes the ball do the work. Miyashiro still going. It's a good run. What about the finish? Kim again to the rescue. Oh, they worked it brilliantly, Vissel Kobe. Teisei Miyashiro with a mazy run inside the box, rode his luck a little, but showed good skill and composure. The shot well struck. Kim with a star jump. Twice now denying Vissel Kobe in the last few minutes. Found a second wind, Vissel Kobe. Yamakawa. The ball is blocked. As Kawasaki trying to curl in. Another alteration. This time for the visitors. Hinata Kida coming on for Ryoka Okuno. First appearance this season for Kida. But after being under a little bit of pressure, it's been a fair response here from Vissel Kobe. Still lead by 2-1, but they've had to battle to stay in front. But they're giving Kim plenty to think about. And in truth, they've had the better chances, haven't they? Since Cerezo Osaka pulled the goal back. Curl this one in. Left backs come to this right-hand side. Flighted towards the far post. Sasaki lets it bounce out. Corner. support doing their bit. Big noise around the grounds. The better attended teams in J1 League. Averaging just under 23,000. Whipped in again. Sasaki was closest to getting on the end of that. Did come off a Cerezo Osaka head. Osaka to turn, runs into trouble, then wins it back, then goes down, gets back up. Referee sees nothing wrong with any of this, and eventually throw in and no more. But the home support appreciate the battling qualities of Yuya Osaka. He's not got on the score sheet so far today, but he's led the line really well. Kawasaki. Into the final 10 minutes then here. Only Yokohama F. Marinos have scored more goals than Vissel Kobe in the final 10. 10 goals from the 81st minute onwards for Vissel Kobe. Marinos with 13. Here is Muto again. Leo Sierra. And that was always going to be a free kick. I'm not quite sure whether he deserved one or not, but you can see what he was trying to do. See what he did. So that's Osaka for their part, have netted 6 times in the final 10 minutes. Titano won't get to it, bounces through for Maekawa. And it's a long punt forward. Sure, I might be able to get on to this one. Sasaki goes down, and Kim is saying, well, you've run into me there. I think he's suggesting, yeah, but I had to go for the ball. Don't think he was looking for the penalty. Kim complains. Certainly onside. Kim was just caught in 2 minds, wasn't he then? Did get to the ball first about there. It's Kim suggesting that Sasaki just left the boot in a little bit. He's got every right to try and go for the ball. Sierra must have picked up an injury. I can't believe he would go off unless that was the case. So here is the change. Yamasaki, the player that's going to come on. Only used as a substitute since his summer move from Kyoto Saga. Didn't score for former club in the league this season. Only goal this term coming in the Empress Cup in a win over Omiya Adija back in June. Hasn't scored in the top flight for over a year since scoring for Kyoto Saga against Nagoya in a 2-1 home success back in July 23. But he's charged with replacing top goal scorer in the J1 League this season, Leo Sierra, for the final, 7.5 minutes. Cleverly round the corner, Nobunazato then gives it away. Might get another chance, make amends towards Yamazaki, who was knocked over. And the step now will present Cerezo Osaka with the opportunity of drawing level, and that will be a bit of a blow to Vissel Kobe's title hopes. As it is, going back-to-back, he's still on track for them. Ino is coming on. Yashiro, who's done brilliantly, faded a little, had that big chance in the second half. Going off. Ino is on. Sent off against Frontale in August. Hasn't scored this season. Kabishaba. Lucas Fernandez. Space for Kabishaba to measure the cross. It's towards the far post. No chances taken by Mateusz Tula. Five and a half minutes remaining. Tana will curl in. Shaw was waiting. Kabishaba will control and doesn't quite keep it in. Sasaki to head on. Turn doesn't quite work out for the substitute, Ino. Kabishaba. He's beaten his man. Might have to beat him again, though. Oh, cross is only cleared to the edge of the area. This is Lucas Fernandez. Well, some desperate defending here from Vissel Kobe. Bodies on the line and all that. Desperate stuff, but just get the ball away. Get the blocks in, get your hands by your sides. Oh, painful. Kabishaba with a long throw. Doesn't really get the distance. Barazato. Kabishaba. Overhit, but it will be recycled. Cerezo Osaka come again. It's a good-looking ball in once more. Mateusz Tula away. Gucci with the second header. Floated back in by Okuda. Kabishaba just unable to get a meaningful touch on it. This is Nobarazato. That's gone out for a corner, hasn't it? Lucas Fernandez with a shimmy and a shuffle, trying to get half a yard, which he does get. Gets it back on his right foot. And he's giving the ball away. He'd already beaten his man. That was poor. And there is a counter. And suddenly it's Osako that comes forward for Vissel Kobe. Might need a bit of help here. Osako still has it. Wins a throw. Fatigue creeping in, tired players on both sides here, just making the odd elementary mistake. Nishio's header. Kabishaba goes down under the challenge of Sasaki, bounces back up again, muscles his way beyond Ideguchi, wins a throw. Well, he's shown good endeavour since coming on, but he can't do it all on his own. As we tick into the 89th minute. Too many stoppages in this second half. We've only had the one goal and the one restart. We've had a number of changes, obviously, and a mid-half break for Walter. Kabishaba. He's having a rare old battle on the left-hand side, up against all comers. 12 minutes into this fixture, this looked like it was going to be very, very straightforward for Vissel Kobe. They were 2 to the good. They were playing the front foot football. They were by far the better side. It looked like it would be routine, no drama, and a win that would see them sit joint top of the standings in the J1 League. But the second half has been a real battle. Cerezo Osaka have come to the party. Grabbed a goal and have threatened ever since. Vissel Kobe can point to the chances that they have not taken. And I suspect that any expected goals figures here would see Vissel Kobe by far and away higher than Cerezo Osaka, but it is just 2-1, and you never know as we click towards the 90. Referee allows play to continue. Counter is on. Sasaki. Sako not required, or not seen. Nisho will win it back, and now the referee intervenes. So Osaka player's not happy. He's suggesting it's a facial injury, a head injury, and therefore I've got to stop it. Which, of course, is the rule. So we've got a whack across the face. 90 is up. Six minutes have added on time at the end of a second half that's been a real grind for Vissel Kobe, not what they expended. Yuki Honda is coming on, and Ryo Hatsusa is the player to come off. Fullback for fullback here, just to waste a bit of time or maybe get some fresh legs on. Who scored the winner against Cerezo Osaka a few years ago. Kapishaba. Nisho giving away. Sasaki. Osako. Sasaki wants it again. So Kobe haven't got too many players in advanced areas, as you would imagine. It's a little bit all hands to the pump at the other end when required. Ogihara just need to try and slow things down and get a semblance of control in that middle third, something that they haven't had for much of this second half. Kimi's out, deals with it competently enough. Nobarazato. Cerezo Osaka build from the back once again. 3.5 minutes to try and grab what at half-time you would suggest a very unlikely leveller, but have they battled hard enough to warrant a share of the spoils in this second half? They've not created the clear-cut opportunities, but they've been competitive. And Akio Kogiko will be pleased with that. They show some fighting spirit. They've been on the wrong end of some significant scorelines recently. 4-0 reverse away at Marinos, a 5-3 home loss to Kyoto Sanga. This will be much better, much like we saw earlier this season. I mean, it's not over yet. This is Kapishaba. Okuda. Lucas Fernandez. Wants the layoff. Still might get it. Lucas Fernandez once more. Curled in, but overhit. Well, we're still going to have to battle for 3 minutes more. I suspect here that Yuya Kawasaki is suggesting stay down a little bit. Kapishaba's doing his best. Deep breath, check of the watch. Big win if it comes in. Move to 55 points. We're getting towards the business end of the campaign. 9 games remaining ahead of this one. It'll be 8 after this, 30 on the board. 16th win of the season is looking increasingly likely. Shows header. Skipper knocks it forward again towards Kitano. Hiroshima 55 points, Machida Zelvia 55 points at the moment. Live standing say Vissel Kobe 55. Will it remain that way, or is there to be a late twist? It was Yamasaki that tried to turn and was dispossessed. Kabishaba, who's been full of threats since he came on, runs into trouble. Osaka. Kabishaba slides in. He really has put in a shift since coming on at the break. Just listen to these Vissel Kobe supporters, though, having won the title for the first time last season. Could they go back to back? Cerezo Osaka throw, one last chance, 30 seconds remaining. Kabishaba. Chance to get personnel in forward areas. Kim to go long. Takayuki Yoshida advised to go back inside the technical area. Wants the free kick to be taken from the correct place. 6 minutes of added on time is up. This is it, now or never, all or nothing. No second chances here, an up and under from Kim. Sasaki will get a touch on it. Anywhere will do surely here for Ideguchi. Muto can't quite control, but battles and goes down and wins a free kick. And that surely is that. The chances to score himself in this second half. They've been good for Vissel Kobe in the opening period and in fits and starts since then. Just to go about, going to grind out a victory. Kabishaba's header. Awkward for Yamasaki. Kabishaba. Still we play on. Ideguchi. Okuda. Nobarazato. Curled to the edge of the area. Surely as Maekawa pounces on this one, that is it. Nearly 8 minutes of added on time. Big, big win for Vissel Kobe. The champions are in the title mix, all right. Opening 12 minutes, they threatened to run away with it, but Cerezo Osaka came to the party in the second half. Leo Sierra's goal 6 minutes after the restart gave Cerezo Osaka hope of a first win in 8, but Vissel Kobe held on. Early goals from Mateus Tula and Rikuto Harosa sent them on their way, but they had to fight very, very hard for victory here. They will go joint top. They will be third on goal difference, but they know that the sides around them will feel the champions breathing down their necks This has been a good performance in many ways. They showed the quality of possession in the opening quarter of this fixture and their battling spirit in the second half to get over the line. It was not easy against Cerezo Osaka, but they've got the job done. Full time here, Vissel Kobe 2, Cerezo Osaka 1. Well, that's the mark of champions, isn't it? You have to dig deep. You have to do it ugly sometimes. Certainly the opening 15, 20 minutes, even half an hour, they threatened to run away with it. Yes, they did have good chances in the second half. Kim came up big for Cerezo Osaka on a number of occasions. Mateus Tuda's second goal of the season from close range, and Mikuto Hirosa's also second goal of the campaign. This time, a much more spectacular effort from outside the area has given that man, Takayuki Yoshida, a big win. And with the title rivals playing tomorrow, they will, for now at least, sit level on points with Sanfrecce Hiroshima and Machida Zelvia. Obviously, they will have played a game more. From a Cerezo Osaka point of view, well, their winless run goes on. And it's 0 from 9 now in all competitions, but I think we've seen much better from Akio Kogiko sides in this second half, and they will hope maybe to turn it around to finish the season with a flourish from here on in. But any dreams of maybe grabbing a Champions League spot is almost certainly over now, you would have thought, even though they do have a game in hand on most of the teams around them. They will look to try and finish with a flourish and pick up some points from here on in. Vissel Kobe, though, have bigger ambitions, not just in league, but a cup as well, with the quarter-final of the Emperor's Cup against Kashima Antlers coming up later this month. Leo Sierra, of course, from a personal point of view, he nudges clear in the race for the Golden Boot in the J1 League. 18 goals for him. Personally, it's been a standout season, but for his team, they have dipped over the second half of the campaign, but maybe better things to come from Cerezo Osaka. But Vissel Kobe are on the move once again. 3 wins on the spin in the J1 League, and their good form continues, unbeaten in 6 with 5 wins in that sequence as well now. And those teams around them will know that the champions are coming good just at the right time. The form of Yoshinori Muto and co has been impressive. And with Osaka and Miyashiro not on the score sheet today, but the forward three in good working order, some good combination play between them. But they know that they can score from all over the pitch. Let's get some post-match reaction.
今シーズン2得点目を挙げ、チームを勝利に導きました。チームを勢いづける先制点、振り返っていかがでしょうか。
Feliz pelo gol, mas muito feliz pela vitória. Acho que a gente está no caminho certo. Nós sabemos do nosso objetivo. A gente tem certeza do que a gente quer. Eu acho que hoje a gente não podia deixar passar essa oportunidade de vencer em casa.